Alright guys, today we're going to be reacting to 25 most beautiful castles and palaces in Germany. The best place to visit Germany. Thank you so much for the support. This is a video recommended from one of you guys in the Discord. 28 minutes. It's going to be a mission, but we're just going to jump in. Thank you so much for the support. Make sure you like to subscribe also for donations, super chat, and also links in the description. Let's jump in. Okay.
Germany, a nation filled with tales of knights, emperors, and grandeur. Their legacy is beautifully preserved in the numerous castles scattered throughout the country, each offering a unique glimpse into a bygone era. From the dramatic clifftop fortress of Elz Castle to the whimsical fairy tale like Neuschwanstein Castle, let's quickly explore 25 of these magnificent German castles.
The music. That's beautiful. Wow.
Number 25. Grafenstein Castle. Also known as Brels Castle, is a medieval castle situated on the Rhine River in Germany.
Look at that.
It is located on a small island called Falkenau near the town of Kobe in the Rhineland-Palatinate region. This castle is particularly distinctive.
Wow, look at that little trail. That's crazy, right? Interesting detail. Wow. Interesting detail.
Because it stands on a rocky island in the middle of the Rhine River. It was built in the early 14th century, around 1326, and its primary purpose was to control and collect tolls from passing ships on the Rhine River. The strategic location on the river made it an effective toll station. The castle has a unique triangular shape, adapting to the shape of the island. Its design and location made it difficult for ships to navigate past without paying the toll. Its isolated location on the island made it an effective toll collection point. Access to the castle was only possible by boat, and the castle had a chain mechanism that could be raised to block the passage of ships until tolls were paid.
You have to pay your tolls, man. You want to keep those rivers, I guess, clean. You have to pay your tolls.
Number 24. Marksburg Castle. This is a medieval fortress located in the town of Brabach. Marksburg is one of the few castles along the Rhine River that has never been destroyed.
Right? Look at that, beautiful, wow.
Making it an excellent example of a well-preserved medieval fortress. The castle has a history dating back to the 12th century when it was built by the Archbishop of Mainz. It served as a protective fortress for the surrounding region and as a toll station for river traffic on the Rhine. It features a central keep and various residential buildings. The keep served as the last line of defense, while the residential structures housed the castle's inhabitants. The castle houses a museum with exhibits on medieval weapons, armor, and daily life in a castle. The museum provides additional context to the historical significance of Marksburg. Number 23. Hambach Castle. This is a historic castle located near the town of Neustadt in der Weinstrasse in Rhineland-Palatinate.
Beautiful, man.
Hambach Castle has a history dating back to the early medieval.
And they all go to that little circle, you know, kind of top and like a circle, right? Like a circular road, right? Well, I guess that's the only way you can. Well, you can go straight line, but then it has to be very, very inclined, right? I don't think that's feasible for like this, you know. It's comfortable.
Period. The castle played a role in
beautiful
various
German
historical
flag
events,
flying on
but it
top.
is most famously associated with the Hambacher Fest of 1832. The Hambacher Fest was a significant event in German history and a symbol of the democratic and liberal movements of the 19th century. In 1832, thousands of people from different regions gathered at Hambach Castle to advocate for political freedoms, national unity, and democracy. The participants, dressed in a variety of colorful attire, celebrated the festival as a symbol of unity and shared ideals. The current appearance of Hambach Castle is the result of renovations and reconstructions over the years. The castle features a mix of
what about the war? I would love to hear you guys' opinion regarding this during the war and each castle.
Architectural styles, including elements of Romanesque and Gothic architecture. Number 22. Vischering Castle,
Vischering.
also known as Burg Vischering, is a well-preserved modern castle located in
Restaurant.
Ludwighausen, North Rhine-Westphalia. It was built in the 13th century between 1271 and 1275 by the Bishop of Munster. The castle was constructed as a fortress to protect against feuds and attacks. The castle is a prime example of a typical Westphalian water castle.
That's beautiful.
It
Wow,
features
look
a
at that
central
water, huh?
keep surrounded by a water-filled moat, drawbridge,
Yeah, the water.
and defensive walls. The design was intended for both defensive purposes and residential use. Over the centuries, the castle underwent various renovations and modifications.
Yeah.
In the 16th century, it was
Wow.
updated with Renaissance elements, and further restoration work took place in the 19th century.
And I can imagine a lot of these castles that took a lot of years to build.
Castle Vischering is known for its well-preserved medieval architecture. The castle retains its original character with fortified walls, towers, and a gatehouse. The moat that surrounds the castle adds to its picturesque appearance.
Nice job.
Number 21. Albrechtsberg Castle.
Alburg
This
Castle.
is a medieval castle located in the town of Meissen along the Elbe River in the Saxony region of Germany.
Resident Evil 8.
Albrechtsberg
That's what I'm
Castle
thinking
has a
right
rich history that dates back to the 15th century.
Have you guys played Resident Evil 8? Man, the castle that you have to go through in the first boss, it's just like, looks like that. Insane, man.
It was built between
I
1471 and
hope they show the one with the
1524
snow.
during the reign of Elector Frederick
That's
II
my
of
favorite.
Saxony. The castle is considered one of the first and oldest examples of a castle built specifically as a residence for rulers in Germany.
Wow.
The
And you can
castle
live there,
is
I
an
guess, right?
exemplary representation of late Gothic architecture.
I think you can
It
live there.
features elements such as pointed arches, ribbed vaults, and intricate stone carvings. The architectural design reflects both the Gothic and Renaissance styles. In the 18th century, the castle played a role in the production of Meissen porcelain. The Meissen porcelain manufactory was established within the castle walls, and it became famous for producing
Wow.
high-quality porcelain, often referred to as white gold. Albrechtsberg Castle, along with the Meissen Cathedral and the Meissen porcelain manufactory, is part of the historic center of Meissen, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Number 20. Zwinger Palace.
What the
This
hell?
is a Baroque palace complex located in the heart of Dresden.
But
Zwinger
this one has a construction going on, right? It looks kind of dull.
Palace was built
Right,
in the
very
early
dull.
18th century during the reign of Augustus the Strong, Elector of Saxony and King of Poland. The palace complex was designed as a place for court festivities, tournaments, and cultural events. The main architects involved in the construction of Zwinger Palace were Matthias Daniel Poppelmann and Balthasar Permoser. The palace is considered one of the finest examples of Baroque architecture in Germany. The palace features
Well,
a
it looks
symmetrical
nice if you
layout with
can't- you
four
go in, but
pavilions
then-
at the corners connected by galleries.
Yeah, but I don't think this is. This looks very dull. I don't think that's what. Oh, it's right. See, it's right here. They came in from here, but then, see, they're doing construction.
The architecture incorporates elements such as galleries, arcades, and decorative sculptures. The design reflects a fusion of Baroque, Rococo, and neoclassical styles. Zwinger Palace is surrounded by large courtyards and gardens. The Nymphenbad, a Baroque water feature, and the Crown Gate are notable elements within the complex. The gardens are adorned with sculptures, fountains, and floral arrangements. Number 19. Lickstein Castle. Also known as Schloss Liechtenstein,
Wow.
is a fairy tale-like castle situated on a
Man,
cliff
that's
overlooking the Eckes
insane,
Valley near
bro.
Honau in the Swabian Jura of
I don't know what to
Baden-Württemberg.
say, man.
The castle is often referred to as the fairy tale castle of
Wow.
Württemberg due to its
Wow.
romantic and picturesque appearance. The
That
current
snow is
Liechtenstein
beautiful,
Castle
man.
was built in the 19th century between 1840 and 1842 by Duke Wilhelm of
That's
Urach.
beautiful,
It was
man.
constructed on the site of a medieval castle that had been destroyed during the Swabian War in 1311. The
Oh.
castle is designed in a romanticized medieval style, taking inspiration from the Romanticism movement of the 19th century. The architecture mimics the fairy tale castles depicted in romantic
Wow.
literature and is characterized by towers, turrets, and a drawbridge. It is perched on a steep cliff, providing breathtaking views of the surrounding Swabian Jura and the Eckes Valley. Liechtenstein Castle is often associated with Wilhelm Hoff's novella, Liechtenstein, which contributed to the romanticized image of the castle. The novella tells the fictional story of the medieval knight Ulrich of Liechtenstein.
Wow. Very impressive, right?
Number 18.
Damn, 18 already?
Sigmaringen
Wow.
Castle. This
I'm
is
like locked in. I'm like 18 already? Wow.
a historic castle located in the town of Sigmaringen in the Swabian Alb region of Baden-Württemberg.
And the thing is, those
Sigmaringen
rocks
Castle
look
is
solid. You know what I'm
situated-
saying? There's a case of California where you have a multi-billion, I think that's a billion, I don't know, it's $1 billion house or a hundred million house, right close to some rocks, man. And that house is just falling apart, man. Because underneath the sediment, right, just falling apart, and the house is just falling apart, and the guy doesn't want to move.
On a rocky outcrop overlooking the Danube
Insane,
River
man.
in the town of Sigmaringen in the southwestern part of
But
Germany.
look at that, those
The
rocks.
history
They're
of
solid,
Sigmaringen
man.
Castle dates back to the 11th century when it was first mentioned in historical records. The castle underwent various modifications and expansions over the centuries. The castle is characterized by a mix of architectural styles,
Wow.
including medieval, Renaissance, and Baroque elements. The castle complex includes a keep, residential buildings, courtyards, and defensive walls. The castle served as the ancestral seat of the princely Hohenzollern-Sigmaringen family. The castle became their residence in the 16th century, and they continued to play a significant role in the history of the region.
Huh.
The castle's position on a rocky promontory provides scenic views of the surrounding landscape, including the town of Sigmaringen
Look at
and
that,
the
just
Danube
keep going.
River.
Just keep going. So I love those colors in those houses. Smell like Europe and looks like Europe too.
Number 17. Reinstein Castle.
Talk about a castle.
This is a
man.
medieval castle located on the bank
Oh,
of the
that's
Rhine
right
River
here.
in Germany. The castle is situated near the town of Trechtingshausen in the Rhineland-Palatinate region. Reinstein
There you go, the boats here, man. Oh man, there's a railroad here. This is very strong, right?
Castle
Like,
is known for its picturesque setting and is one of the many castles that line the Rhine Gorge, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The castle has a rich history dating back to the early 14th century, and it has undergone various renovations and changes over the centuries. It was in a state of ruin for some time, but was eventually restored in the 19th century by Prince Frederick of Prussia.
nice.
The restoration aimed
Yeah,
to
because-
romanticize
yeah,
the
I was
castle,
thinking about-
aligning
yeah.
with the 19th
When I think about the 19th century, I forget that a lot of these regions were not like a country, right? They were just regions, some kind of monarchies, right? I'm just thinking here, like the United States, like we have a government, a solid government, sort of. So I forget that
19th
sometimes.
century enthusiasm for medieval architecture. The castle is open to the public. You can explore its grounds, towers, and rooms. The castle offers panoramic views of the Rhine River and the surrounding vineyards. It's also a popular destination for those cruising along the Rhine.
Yeah,
Number 16. Wartberg Castle.
Wartberg.
This is a medieval castle situated on a hill above the town of Eisenach in
that, wow.
Thuringia. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site
Imagine-
and is renowned for
Imagine hear me out, good folks. Imagine during World War I, World War II, be on top of that castle at night, seeing all this stuff just going crazy. Isn't that crazy, man? All the bullets, all the airplanes just going crazy. You're right here.
for its historical significance, architectural charm, and
Start getting
association
crazy. I
with
start
key
thinking
figures
crazy.
in German history.
You know what I'm saying?
The
Like, I start
castle has a
thinking
rich
crazy.
history dating back
My
to the 11th
curiosity
century. It
start
gained
going crazy.
prominence in the 12th century as a residence of the Thuringian landgraves and later as a place of refuge for Martin Luther. One of the most significant events associated with Wartberg Castle is Martin Luther's stay there in 1521 to 1522. During this period, Luther translated the New Testament of the Bible into German, a translation that played a crucial role in the development of the German language. The castle features a mix of architectural styles, including Romanesque, Gothic, and Renaissance elements. Its various buildings and courtyards reflect the evolution of the castle over the
When you
centuries.
think about it, how in the hell? I mean, I don't know. I have my Bible. I read my Bible. Those are a lot of pages, man. Martin Luther just translated that thing, man. He translated the Bible. That's crazy, man. Crazy. To another language.
Number 15. Berghaus Castle. This is one of the largest and most well-preserved medieval castles in Europe. It is located in the town of Berghausen in Bavaria,
This one's more dull,
Germany,
right?
near the border with
Similar
Austria.
to the Baroque one.
The castle has a rich history dating back to the 11th century.
Dang, it's
It was
old.
initially built as a fortress to secure the border and control trade routes. Over the centuries, it was expanded and modified by various rulers. Berghausen Castle holds the Guinness World Record for the longest castle complex in the world, with
Wow.
a total length of over 1,051 meters.
Damn.
It consists of multiple interconnected castle buildings and
That's
defensive
very
walls.
long.
It features a mix of architectural styles, including Romanesque, Gothic, Renaissance, and Baroque elements. The different sections of the castle represent the various periods of construction and renovation. The castle includes numerous towers, gates, and walls designed for defensive purposes. The castle's strategic location on a ridge overlooking the Salzach River and the town of Berghausen contributed to its defensive
You see a lot of these
capabilities.
design, kind of medieval design. That's interesting, right? Why people used to just love that design, right?
Number 14. Brels Castle. This is a medieval castle located in the town of
That's beautiful.
Brels, Hesse. The castle has a history dating back to the 13th century. The original fortress was constructed in the early 1200s, and it has undergone several expansions and renovations over the centuries. The castle features a mix of architectural styles,
I'm guessing a lot of these castles, they're already owned by the government, or some of them might be like private public. You see what I'm saying?
including Romanesque, Gothic, Renaissance, and Baroque elements. The diverse styles reflect
see,
the castle's
this
long
now looks
history and the
amazing.
changes made by different generations of builders. It has a well-preserved inner courtyard surrounded by residential and ceremonial buildings. Bromfels Castle is situated on a hill overlooking the town of Bromfels. Its elevated position provides panoramic views of the surrounding landscape.
Yeah, how the human intellect, man. It's just, you're amazed, right? When you see things like this, it just amazes you how the human intellect can achieve these things.
Number 13, Charlottenburg Palace. This is a grand royal
This
palace
is,
located
yes,
in Berlin.
Royal Palace, bro.
It is the largest palace in Berlin and is a significant historical and cultural landmark. The palace was originally built in the late 17th century as a summer residence for Elector Frederick III, who later became King Frederick I of Prussia. The palace has undergone various expansions and renovations over the centuries. The palace reflects a mix of architectural
beautiful.
styles, including
My
Baroque
God.
and Rococo. The original construction was influenced by the design of
Look at
Dutch
that
and English
water, look at that
palaces,
fountain.
and
Oh my
subsequent
goodness,
additions
Lord.
contributed to its grandeur.
I
It
need to
features
go
a
there,
large
man.
courtyard known
I
as
need
the
to
Great
go there. I need
Courtyard,
to, like,
which is surrounded
you know
by
what
the
I'm saying,
main
like,
palace building and the new wing. The courtyard is often used for events and celebrations. The palace is surrounded by
I need that
beautifully
energy, right?
landscaped
Like,
gardens that include
give me
flower
that, give me
beds,
that.
sculptures, and walking paths. Number 12. Moritzburg Castle. This is a Baroque palace located near Dresden in the German state of Saxony.
Saxony.
Moritzburg Castle has a history dating
These are more
back
modern
to the
castles,
16th
right?
century when
These are more modern. You can see like that 17, that Baroque style, classical style coming in,
it
right?
was originally built as a hunting lodge.
The 18th
It underwent
century, there you go.
significant expansions and renovations in the
18th century.
18th century under
Baroque
Elector
classical.
Frederick Augustus I of Saxony, who later became King Augustus II of Poland. The castle is a fine example of Baroque architecture and is surrounded by a large artificial lake. Its design is attributed to the architect Matthias Daniel Poppelmann, and the interiors feature opulent Rococo decorations. Originally built as a hunting lodge for electors and kings, Moritzburg Castle served as a venue for hunting parties and festivities. The lake and surrounding woods were used for hunting and falconry.
Oh, these are not real pictures, right? I don't think so.
Number 11.
Looks very AI-ish.
Lowenborg Castle. Lowenborg translates to Lion's Castle in English. There are several castles with this name across Europe. However, one particularly well-known Lowenborg Castle is located in Kassel.
See, this one, they still have the little design. This is more like a medieval sign. I mean, style, right? The little, it looks like a hat.
It is situated on a large park in Kassel. The Burgpark Wilhelmshow is known
I think
for
that's
its
for the
Baroque
snow
and
to make sure
landscape
it slides
design
down
and is
in
a
the water.
UNESCO World Heritage Site. The castle was built in the early 19th century by Landgrave Wilhelm IX of Hesse
They're
Castle.
solid.
It was constructed
They're
between
solid. Wow.
1793 and
We're not
1801.
even talking about how. We're not even talking about how they went and just, you know, They broke the rocks, make sure the rocks were, 2x4, and just make sure they have their exact measurement to put them together. But then you have to make sure that you scrap them, right? Make sure they're nice and clean. Yeah, I mean, it's just this is the end result of years of constructions.
One in the
centuries
style of a
constructions.
medieval knight's castle. The intention was to create a romantic, picturesque structure within the landscape park. It is designed in the Gothic Revival style, imitating the appearance of a medieval fortress. It features crenellated walls,
Wow.
towers, and other
beautiful,
architectural
right?
elements reminiscent of medieval castles. Unlike many medieval castles, Lowenborg was not built for defensive purposes.
Nah.
Instead,
Really? Even the fact that you have a tower here? No? That tower, nothing? No? I'll be amazed if that tower was not used for defenses.
it served as a residential palace and a symbol of the romantic fascination with the medieval past that was prevalent during the Romantic era. The castle is part of the larger Burgpark Wilhelm show, which includes water features, statues, and other architectural elements. The park
that
is
music
designed
is
to
loud,
create a
man.
harmonious
I'm not gonna lie, that music is loud, loud, loud.
and picturesque landscape. Number 10. Marienburg Castle. Marienburg Castle in Hanover, also known as Schloss Marienburg or Marienburg Castle of the Guelphs, is a notable castle located near the town of Pattensen, south of Hanover.
No, over here, man. Imagine, again, put yourself in this situation, folks. Hear me out. You're right here on the top, and you're looking away. See, you notice that you can see everything? Now imagine just seeing bombs going crazy during a war. Isn't that crazy?
In Lower Saxony.
Again,
The castle was
I'm a
built in
little
the mid-19th
cuckoo, so
century as a
this is
birthday
where my
gift
mind
from
goes.
King George V of Hanover to his wife, Queen
look at
Marie.
those people here
The
enjoying
construction took place between
little,
1858
forest
and
that they have.
1867. The castle is an impressive example of Romantic historicism and Neo-Gothic architecture. It was designed by the architect Conrad Wilhelm Hayes, and its architectural style was influenced by medieval fortresses. The castle features towers, turrets, and decorative elements reminiscent of a fairy tale castle. Marienburg Castle served as a summer residence for the royal house of Hanover. It was intended to be a private retreat for Queen Marie, who was known for her love of the arts. It is lavishly decorated both inside and outside. The interior features richly furnished rooms, including the Queen's Salon, the King's Room, and the Knight's Hall. The furnishings reflect the taste and style of the 19th century European aristocracy. Number 9. Kacham Castle. Also known as Reichsburg Kacham,
Wow,
is a
right in
medieval
the top,
fortress
man.
located on a hill overlooking the Moselle River in the town of Kacham, Rhineland-Palatinate. Kacham Castle has a
Wow.
history
Oh,
dating
wow.
back to the 11th century, although the current
Wow.
structure
Wow. Wow, even the style, man. I like how the castle it's match with all the little houses. Right?
is largely a result of reconstructions and renovations carried out in the 19th century. It has served as the imperial castle for the Palatinate
That's the
region
well, right?
during
Well,
the medieval period.
down there.
The castle features a mix of architectural styles, including Romanesque, Gothic, and Renaissance elements. The most extensive renovations
solar
were
panels?
done by a Berlin businessman,
All right.
Louis Frederick Jacques Ravine, in the 19th century, giving the castle its picturesque and fairy tale appearance. The castle's
A lot
location
of,
and
you know
the
what's crazy?
picturesque
I
mosaic
noticed a lot of fairy tales influence. A lot of fairy tales. Again, your imagination that, well, with the absence of radio, TV, magazines, right? Magazines were not a huge thing. Your mind had to really, you have to you have to put yourself in a position of a lot of thoughts, right? Imagination had to go crazy, right? Like,
Valley make it a popular destination for tourists exploring the scenic wine region.
oh, solar panels right here. Solar panels, got it. Hey, solar panels.
Number 8. Wayg
See?
Castle.
This is the solar panels in this area.
The medieval castle
Even the
located
castles
in
have
the
solar
town of
panels. Isn't that
Wayg
crazy?
in the Harz Mountains of Saxony-Anhalt. The castle has a history dating
There you
back
go.
to the Middle Ages. The
This is where
original
people stay, right? Here. Then you go up. Then you're at the castle. Here's the restaurant. People that work in the castle show you the castle, and then you go back down.
castle was constructed in the 12th century, and over the
Man, when I was in
centuries, it
Italy,
underwent expansion.
there was castles all over, man. You can see the castles from far away. Beautiful, beautiful. I went to one castle, and I noticed that we're doing a lot of activities, party. It was beautiful to watch.
renovations and
Still working on it.
modifications.
Look at that.
The castle features a mix of architectural styles,
I cannot
including the
read this
main
one.
castle renovations. The castle provides panoramic
There you
views
go.
of the surrounding Harz
It's the
Mountains.
music, folks. There you go. Beautiful.
Number 7.
Oh, that's
Hohensalz Castle. This castle is a
That's a
19th century
hidden,
castle
hidden,
located
hidden.
in the Bavarian Alps of Germany near the town of Fussen. It is situated on a hill above the village of Hohenschwangau and is known for its picturesque setting and views of the surrounding landscape. The castle was constructed in the 19th century,
Is that a
specifically
Ukrainian flag right there? That's a Ukrainian flag, right?
in the 1830s by King Maximilian II of Bavaria. It was built on the site of the
Beautiful. Wow. Snow. Did I tell you guys that my favorite time of the year is in winter. My favorite season is winter. I love snow. Love snow. And I know, right? Because I'm from a very tropical state, right? Very tropical island. Bro, my favorite season, winter.
medieval fortress Schwarnstein and served as the childhood residence of Maximilian's son, the future King Ludwig II of Bavaria. The castle is designed in a romanticized Gothic style, and it includes elements of medieval architecture. The exterior features decorative murals and ornamentation. The interior is adorned with richly decorated rooms and furnishings. It was used as a summer and hunting residence for the royal family.
A lot of
Played
hunting,
a
huh?
significant role in the upbringing of Ludwig II, who
Well,
would
you have a
later
lot of
become
land for
known
that,
for
too.
building the iconic Neuschwanstein Castle nearby.
And question, how's the deer population in Germany? I would love to hear that. Do you guys have a huge deer population? Because here in the United States, those things are everywhere, bro. Everywhere. Deers are everywhere. You can see them all the time, just jumping around. Yeah, a little bit of a populator, so we are allowed to hunt them.
Number 6. Elz Castle.
Elz Castle.
Berghaus, commonly known as Elz Castle, is a medieval castle located in the hills above the Moselle River
Oh
between
my
Koblenz and Trier in Germany. The
Of
castle
course
is
you
known for its
have to leave
picturesque
this one
setting
for this.
in the Elz forest and its
Very late on the
well-preserved
game.
medieval architecture. Elz Castle has a history dating back to the 12th century.
12th century.
Unlike
my
many
God.
castles in Germany, it has never been destroyed, and it has been owned by the same family for over 850 years.
Really?
The castle is still
Wow.
owned by the Elz family, who reside in a portion of the castle, while the rest is
So
open
I'm
to the
guessing.
public.
So I'm guessing that they all have a huge family. That's the only way you can keep that. You need to have a huge family. Huge.
The castle is a
family.
prime example of medieval architecture.
Wow.
It consists of multiple towers, turrets, and wings built in a Romanesque and Gothic style. The castle is situated on a rock surrounded on 3 sides by the Elsbach River, contributing to its strategic and defensive position. The interior of Elz Castle features well-preserved rooms and chambers showcasing various architectural styles from different periods.
Wow. Okay.
Number 5. Sanssouci Palace. This is a Rococo-style palace located in Potsdam, near
the
Berlin.
hell, man?
It is renowned for its architecture, stunning gardens, and historical significance. Sanssouci Palace was built by Frederick the
Again,
Great, King of
What was
Prussia.
the video that I watched? It was that dude from Oregon, or what? I think it was Portland, right? Oregon. That guy they used to live in Germany, not anymore. Oh, I don't know if he's still living. One of the things that he like about Germany, he just bring into himself is just the German excellence. This is what it is, man.
As a summer residence.
Tell me this is
Construction
not
began in
very inspiring.
1745,
Of course it
and
is.
the palace was completed in 1747.
Wow.
The name Sanssouci is French and means without worries, reflecting Frederick's desire for a carefree retreat. Sanssouci Palace features a single-story main building with a central dome, flanked by two symmetrical wings. The exterior is characterized by elegant details, including pilasters, statues, and ornate decorations. The palace is surrounded by the extensive Sanssouci Park, a vast landscape designed in the style of an English garden. The park features terraced
Is that
vineyards,
gold?
flower beds, fountains, and various architectural structures. Sanssouci Palace and Park are UNESCO World Heritage Sites and are considered prime examples of European Rococo architecture and garden
Rococo.
design.
Rococo, isn't that during the transition between Baroque period and Classical period? Rococo, I think so, right? Rococo. It's between those, I think 1740 to 1760. That little transition right there, those 20 years.
Number 4. Heidelberg Castle. This is a famous landmark located on the
This is
northern
more romantic,
slope of
right?
the Königsthal Hill overlooking the city of Heidelberg in Baden-Württemberg. The construction of Heidelberg Castle began in the
13th
early
century.
13th century and continued over several centuries. The castle served as the residence of the Electors Palatine, important rulers of the Holy Roman Empire. The castle exhibits a combination of architectural styles, including Gothic, Renaissance, and Baroque elements.
Wow.
The castle complex includes the Friedrich
Look at the
Building,
birds
the
flying.
Heinrich Building, the English Building, and the Ruprecht Building, each reflecting the architectural preferences of the time.
And
The
you know
castle
that
offers stunning
you know that how we don't have architectures that last that long, similar to this? Because these are built with rocks. Rocks. What we have today is cement, which is a mix of what? Cement and sand. Sometimes rocks. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Panoramic views of the Neckar River Valley and
yeah,
the
this
city
is
of
solid.
Heidelberg.
This is solid architecture. See the German flag right there? That's what it is. Is that a German flag? I don't know what
Number
it is.
3. Schwarn Castle.
Ooh.
This is a historic castle located on an island in Lake Schwerin in the city of Schwerin, the capital of Mecklenburg-Western Pomerania.
Oh my God.
The castle is known for its stunning architecture and is often referred to as the Neuschwanstein of the North. The origins of Schwerin Castle date back to the 10th century when a Slavic fortification stood on the site. The current castle was built during the Renaissance and Baroque periods, with construction starting in the
those
late
colors,
16th
man.
century. Schwerin Castle is a blend of architectural styles, including Renaissance, Baroque, and Romantic elements.
I
The
was
castle
about to say
underwent
those are more
significant
romantic.
renovations in the 19th century,
Wow, look
giving
at
it a
that.
picturesque and fairy tale appearance. Schwerin Castle served as the residence of the Grand Dukes of Mecklenburg-Schwerin.
My goodness.
It played a
Lord.
significant role in the political and cultural history of the region. The castle is surrounded by landscaped gardens and a park designed in the English Romantic style. The park includes sculptures, walking paths, and a view of the lake. Schwerin Castle stands as a remarkable example of historic architecture and is a cultural and tourist attraction in Mecklenburg-Western Pomerania.
There we go, folks.
Number 2. Hohenzollern Castle. This is a prominent
Hohenzollern.
and historic castle located atop Mount Hohenzollern in the Swabian
Can
Alps
you see another castle from here?
of Baden-Württemberg.
Right. There was a one over there. I saw
The
it.
castle is associated with the House of Hohenzollern, a German dynasty that played a significant role in European history. The original castle was constructed in the 11th century, and the current structure is the third castle built on the site. It was rebuilt in the mid-19th century after the original castle fell into disrepair. The castle showcases a mix of architectural styles, blending
Man,
elements
I'm
of Gothic.
I'm surprised a lot of these castles are, even after 2 World War, they're still around.
Revival and
Insane.
neo-Gothic styles. Its imposing towers, crenellated walls, and strategic hilltop location contribute to its majestic appearance. Today, Hohenzollern Castle operates as a museum, so you can explore its various rooms and learn about the history of the Hohenzollern family.
sparkling
Number
water.
1. Neuschwanstein Castle. This is one of the most famous and iconic castles in the world.
This one is Resident Evil 8 Castle.
Located in the Bavarian
Yep.
Alps near the town of Fussen.
Resident
It
Evil
was
8
commissioned
Castle.
by King Ludwig II of Bavaria and was built in the
Hey,
19th
there we go.
century.
That's another castle. See, you can see all the castles. That's insane.
The castle's construction began in 1869 and was not completed before Ludwig's death in 1886. Neuschwanstein Castle is renowned for its fairy tale-like appearance, with its picturesque setting on a rugged hill and its architectural inspiration drawn from medieval German knights' castles. The castle's design was influenced by the operatic works of composer Richard Wagner, whom King Ludwig II admired.
Oh,
You can explore its stunning interiors, including
Richard
the throne
Wagner,
hall,
okay.
Singer's Hall, and various ornate rooms. The castle also offers breathtaking views of the surrounding landscapes and the nearby Hohensalz Castle.
there you go, folks. Wow, what a beauty, man. What a beauty, wow. Great video, huh? Great video. Took us a little bit of time. Hey, well, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I would love to hear you guys' opinion regarding watching the war in the top of the tower. And that's me. Hey, that's just me. What if you were in top of those towers and you were just seeing from far away? Imagine that. That's where I went with my mind. So a lot of these castles, they survive somehow. That's crazy, man. Beautiful. Hey, Germany. Mwah. Europe. Thank you so much for keeping culture. Very important. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Like always, I will see you in the next one.